Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The fall skirmish, baby. It's time. My name is Zeke Mateus, and we are joined this week by the legend himself, the unbelievable Fallout. That's right. How are you feeling, my friend?
I am feeling unbelievable. Opening week of fall skirmish is back and live. It is an absolute honor to be here. Thank you so much, Zeke, for having me.
Oh, man, you know, and I want to take time to talk a little bit about you before we get into things. For the guys at home that don't know, Fallout, I mean, you know the likes of Nick Merckx, you know the likes of High Distortion, you're an ex-Gears player. Like, talk a little bit about yourself. I mean, just tell the world. Take your moment.
I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, I used to play Gears of War professionally alongside Nick Merckx, High Distortion, and a couple of those old Gears folks. And currently I am a Fortnite competitive player, shoutcaster, and tournament organizer. I also lead the Fortnite Fridays weekly tournament program in Microsoft stores worldwide. So ton of fun. Absolutely love Fortnite. Huge community member and fan of Fortnite. It is an absolute honor to be here.
Yeah, man. I mean, guys, seriously, if you're not following Fallout, you're living your life wrong. You need to take time, find him on Twitter, follow him. He is literally a legend. It's been so much fun hanging out with him. We got to hang out at PAX and do this. Now we get to do it again. It's going to be a great time, but guys, the fall skirmish has changed so much. One of the first things you probably noticed is the clubs. So we have 5 clubs now that are going to be representing, and don't forget for you guys at home to pick your favorite. But I mean, first off, we got the Fortnites. So we're starting the games off with the EU scene. So it's fun. You know, we've got the clubs have 100 players each, 50 from NA, 50 from EU, and each of those teams are basically participating. At the end of the 6 weeks, the club with the most points is going to walk with an additional prize. I mean, do you have a favorite club right now?
Yeah, I'm taking a look at all of these. I'm seeing some powerhouse players, a lot of folks that we saw back at PAX West coming over across the pond and all the way across the U.S. to compete at PAX West Summer Skirmish. They're competing again today. You see Dusty Dogs on screen, Rift Riders. There's a couple clubs I'm rooting for. I'm waiting to see how the action breaks down, though. We'll see what ends up happening.
For sure. I mean, what's cool about these clubs is there are also spots for people to make submissions. So yesterday, someone tweeted at me that they actually got a tattoo of the Fortnites. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. If you are a fan of Fortnite, if you are a player of Fortnite, I think there was an announcement that there was over 50 million Fortnite players in August alone. You have a chance to compete alongside the likes of all these pro players, all these content creators. It is an awesome opportunity. So make sure to enter your submission at home, and hopefully you'll have a chance to be competing in future fall skirmish events.
Yeah, man. You know, so I think you talked to me a little bit about a submission or something, or were you telling me about that?
You know, so with that said, I appreciate the setup, my friend. Epic Games, Arctic Lumen, and friends, this is my official submission for Lucky Llamas. My name is Fallout. It is an honor to be here casting, but hopefully in the future I will have a chance to compete in the fall skirmish as a member, a proud member of the Lucky Llamas, alongside some good friends. Consider this my official submission.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think of that? Let us know with the hashtag, which we'll get to in a moment. But first, let's talk about the format, my friend. Hold the Throne. So every week we're going to change the format up. And with this week, week 1, we're going with Hold the Throne. So victory owls are worth 3 points. Second in place are worth 2 points. And fourth and fifth, are worth 1 point. Talk to me about the eliminations.
Yes, of course you can play for placement, or you can play for high eliminations, which is really awesome. There's a variety of opportunities of play style. 8+ eliminations will net you 3 points. 6 to 7 eliminations, 2 points. 4 to 5, 1 point. But keep in mind, if you drop 20, you're still getting that 3-point mount unless you hit the Hold the Throne.
That's right. Players are looking to hold that throne, so whoever has the most eliminations will get a floating 2 points. Those points can be stolen. So basically, if you start the game, let's say you drop a 20 bomb, that means you get 2 free points that are yours. They act as your points until someone else steals them, or until the end of the whole thing. I mean, there's a lot of prize money on the line here for week 1. I mean, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Life-changing amounts of prize money. I mean, just look at this. First through 10th place here, just in week number 1, $67,500 for first. And of course, the addition of club points, which is such a crucial addition to this format in fall skirmish. You, of course, are representing a club. At the end of it all, $4 million will be given away to the winning clubs in total prize pool for just club participation, as well as the prize pool for competition. It's been amazing to see.
Yeah, so not only are players competing for the total prize pool to be showing up as being first, on top of that, you're trying to get points for your clubs. So now for you guys at home, what do you think of that? I mean, we got these new clubs, so let us know with the hashtag Fall Skirmish. Also, don't forget to rep your favorite club. We got hashtags for all of them. Let us know how you're enjoying all the action. Tweet at me, tweet at Fallout. Let us know how you love this guy. I mean, this guy, seriously, I cannot talk highly enough about you. I think at PAX it was kind of the same thing. We just hung out, and I was like, I love this guy.
We were gassing each other up, man. It was like you hype me up, I hype you up back. It's a good partnership, a true partnership.
Yeah. Man, but the other thing I want to take time to talk about is the changes that we've seen since the likes of PAX. So let's just go through this really quickly. So at PAX, we had disabled Shockwave Grenade.
Yep.
Now it's back in the game. On top of that, we have the Grappler added to the game. We also have the Porta Fortress, which just came out this week. We've also had the Silenced AR added to the game. These are huge additions. On top of that, we saw the Cube, a.k.a. Kevin, sink himself into Loot Lake. Now Loot Lake is all bouncy, and we've also vaulted the Drum Gun. So, I mean, it's going to be very different. It's going to be very different coming out of Summer Skirmish into now the Fall Skirmish. How do you think these changes are going to affect the game?
Yeah, I mean, the addition of the bouncy Loot Lake, the Shockwave Grenade, the Grappler, really the metagame has evolved, and this is so beautiful about Fortnite. And the most recent evolution is mobility, which I think adds an element of skill, an element of surprise, and just a much different layer of competitiveness to competitive Fortnite. And I am so excited to see that in action for the first time here in opening week of Fall Skirmish.
That's right. And something else to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first kind of look we're using our online live spectator client. So we'll be checking this out. So something to keep an eye out for. On top of that, we also have a similar setup to PAX. We have like the overlay here, so you can actually see where players are dropping. You know, we'll quickly identify what hotspots will be. And I mean, as you can see, there's a player there repping that new skin Valkyrie. I mean, Stone Cold Killer. This skin is amazing. This is my favorite skin, along with Frostwing. Oh my gosh!
Absolutely beautiful. The animation, the effects, bar none, one of my favorite skins in the game. And I'm glad a lot of these players are repping it. Just dropped yesterday, so we'll see it, I'm sure, in display quite a bit today. Meanwhile, over in Lucky Landing, on the other side of the map here, looks like we have two different squads. Severin, who we had a chance to actually cast at PAX West. He was the Omega that played incredibly well at PAX West. Unfortunately, did not qualify for Monday, but a very, very strong European player, a good representative of the community. I'm excited to see what Severin and TS Chicken can do.
That's right. Something to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, when you're watching is if they have the same number, they're on the same team. So, example, Celery Airwalks is on Team 4 here. Goes down, though, right at the start to Thevs. He's on Team 39. So if you see two players with the same number, they basically are on the same team. That's something to keep an eye out for. And just a really quick reiteration of the format there. So, you know, what do you think? Do you think players will play more for the Victory Royales? Do you think we're going to see players just kind of go full send and try to get eliminations? What do you think?
You know, honestly, both. And I hate to take the cop-out answer, but it's the reality. That's what's beautiful about Fortnite and competitive Fortnite. It really adheres to multiple play styles. If you like to play a little bit more passive, play for mid-game, play for late game, play for uncontested drops, you can. And there's a lot of variety of locations and POIs you could drop at that are viable. Meanwhile, if you're Ghost Aiden, if you're Nick Merckx and you like to get in the action, you could drop Tilted Towers and you could bang out with the best of them. So we're really awesome to see the variety of play styles. Meanwhile, over at Lucky Landing, looks like we still haven't seen this 2v2 fight conclude. So there's still going to be some action breaking down over here. We've seen some good action already as Solary already taken out, a squad that we had our eyes on coming into this this match.
That's right. We've seen the kill feed there. DK takes down Apostle. I mean, Apostle, the dapper gentleman himself. He likes to wear bow ties. I respect it. Taking a look here, we can also see this player here in Dusty Divot. So something to keep in mind as well with the live replay client is that you can actually see other players on the minimap in the top right. So definitely keep your eyes heading up there, see if there's other players around, but we'll keep you up to date with all the action. But look at this, man. Marin trying to track down these two players. We can see them through the wall again with that that replay client. I love it. Being able to see the outline, see kind of how players are moving, what weapons they've got out, things like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, completely agreed. I mean, look at this scenario. We have two teams just on opposite walls. Meanwhile, on the top right of your screen, you'll see another team up at the Dusty Diner that was just added, hanging out up there. So we have three separate teams in this area, and still no eliminations picked up yet. It goes to show the amount of respect that these players have for one another. Of course, in a high-stakes private server format, we see the best, I mean the absolute best Fortnite gameplay, and it's really been a treat to watch so far in Summer Skirmish and kicking off Fall Skirmish as well.
Look at this. This is just a fight waiting to break out Fallout. We've got, like you talked about, the teams up there at the old containers. We've got a team here. We've got two teams within. I mean, there's people all around there, and we now know where this new circle is. So a lot of players will probably start making their way into safe zones a minute before the storm starts to move. I mean, look at this. So what's interesting, Jetpacks only has 2 weapons, both of them ARs, and both of them actually share the same ammo type.
Yep.
So, I mean, as he's burning ammo, he's, I mean, you know, using up some of the other one, but he immediately takes on a player there. That's free loot on the table, but
yeah, Jetpacks responds.
Made a lot of noise.
Exactly, he does. Jetpacks responds to you and says, hey, Zeke, all I need is an AR with 24 bullets, and I'm going to pick up some eliminations. He gets one right there. Should be able to pick up some weapons and some ammo as well, and it looks like his teammate's actually going to swoop that up. So, surprising, Jetpacks still just repping that double AR, as you mentioned. That's might cost him here. If he gets into a big team fight, he's not going to have a lot to work with.
Now heading down to the south half of the map, you can see up there in the top left, we've got players nearing each other right now in Clyde and Marijuana against Mexi and not Mikey. So we'll have to see how this plays out. And immediately you see the grenade launcher. And look, they already have a Porta Fortress in hand. Fallout. How do you think they're going to use this?
Oh my, defensively is one thing I would say. The Porta Fortress gives, ooh, look at the double rift, he's going to be hit. But Porta Fortress gives you an opportunity to play a lot more defensively, to really, if you're in under duress, you can bail out of that situation really, really well. I expect them to hold on to that for a rainy day. Of course, they're not going to use it right there in that offensive opportunity.
Yeah, let's check out this replay coming in from Solary.
He's still alive, actually. One of them is still alive.
That's right. We saw one of them go down. He takes down 2 players, knocks them down. He's going to get the elimination here.
Interestingly enough, the Solary members are not playing together, so I take that back. I assume both the Solary players would be playing together. We saw a member of Solary die earlier in the game, get eliminated, and now it looks like Solary, Yoshi, and Jules in a good spot.
So keep in mind that there is a duo and that Yoshi's playing someone else, but there's also, don't forget, the club, so they can only play with club members.
Yep.
So that's something interesting to keep in mind.
In terms of duos and pairings all day long, yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, this format on top of the clubs is gonna change things very dramatically. Yep. We're gonna see things kind of unfold differently, and I think another cool thing to talk about is, Summer Skirmish was more about, honing in on fun, or rather the format and whatnot, and now we get to have a little more fun. We get to bring those formats back that people really liked, and then we get to do some new stuff with the clubs. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to change these 6 weeks. But boy, oh boy, a lot of action heating up. Look at this. We've got a grappler in play. I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the grappler. It is one of my favorite weapons, a great mobility tool, and it's just fun. You just fire it and you just go zipping around. You can do stuff like if you jump off a ledge, you can actually grapple the ground and zip yourself down and not take fall damage. There's so many cool little things you can do with it.
And we're just scratching the surface of what we're going to see out of that item. I'm really excited for that. And really, I think everyone loves the grappler unless it's being used against you. It's such a powerful item. A miss sniper shot right there, I believe. Not sure if he picked up the tag just right there, but
very close.
Very close.
Fun fact, Harmy actually played at PAX.
No way.
Saw him, yeah.
A couple Europeans making the trip. That's a long trip over to Seattle, so a lot of respect for our European competitors making the trek to Seattle to compete for, of course, the massive prize pool. $1.5 million prize pool is at PAX West. Another $10 million prize pool here for Fall Skirmish over 6 weeks that, of course, will conclude at TwitchCon. Exciting things to come.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun. But look, Fallout, the Storm is making its way in. Now, players are going to start to get funneled a little bit, right? Now they're going to start making their way into the safe zone. What do you think is the play here, right? So, like, if you're one of these players on the outside of the map, do you just go in and you just, make a spot for yourself? Do you just kind of wait? What do you think?
Yeah, that was a key conversation. I know in talking to a lot of pro players at PAX West is the learning that you have to rotate early. I think that it's easier said than done. Everyone knows that they have to do it by textbook, but it's harder to do and actually in reality of the situation. But a lot of those players that are on the outskirts, that's typically where most people will lie. So by sitting on those outskirts, you put yourself at risk of running parallel to others and putting yourself in a pretty dangerous spot. I think the right play is to rotate early to center circle to not get caught in the mix here. And those players that are on the outskirts, we'll see if they can make it out alive.
And take a look at this Fallout. 80 players still left. I mean, there's still so many people left alive. So if this continues, I mean, we see a knock there in the kill feed there. But, man, if this continues, we're going to see some of these tighter circles just nonstop action.
Yep, that's for sure. Right in the face of Vitality, Mika. A couple shots can be picked up. He's going to lose his shield here, so a little bit damaged. No shield for Mika in this one. He's just going to actually break down the cover. Play a little more passive. Big fight going down over towards the containers. Gabby going to get downed. Looks like a shockwave is going to get used. So we talked about the addition and the ability to escape. Shockwave and grappler combo. Amarkon goes for the flashy play. Going to get taken out. The Vitality duo going to pick up 2. Well played from them.
That was almost one of the craziest plays. So as you saw, he was mid-air, grapples over the enemy's head, almost zips across, but the enemy was waiting for it and picks off Amar. Man, oh man. Now here's the thing. They got to go find that grappler. I mean, if you saw this guy's got a grappler, you got to go get it. You got to use it yourself. That's how it works.
That's 100% how it works. You have the passing of the torch, if you will. The passing of the grappler.
It's right there. Micah, look, turn around. Micah, no, don't leave it.
Does he not want it? Maybe he doesn't want it.
You know what? He's probably just like, look, I don't need this. This would make me too strong, okay? All right? I can take down players. Believe in me, Zeke. You're right, Mike. I believe in you.
Yeah, well done right there from Vitality, of course. Vitality, French esports organization, one of the premier esports organizations over in Europe. And they're showing why right now with some two strong players on their side, on the Fortnite side at least. Meanwhile, Yoshi and Jules. It looks like they're in a 2v2 standoff situation. Meanwhile, a lot of fights taken on the Epsilon squad. Speaking of premier organizations in Europe, they're entering the scene as well towards Fatal Fields.
Look at this. This is a replay. So this was the replay from the fight we just saw from Micah. So look, Amar's mid-air. He zips over and immediately, look at that. Oh my gosh. Those are hard shots to make, man. Hard shots indeed.
And
but
keeps the AR out rather than taking out the shotgun.
Yeah.
That's a bold play. Means he has trust and faith in his accuracy. Well shot from Mika in that one. Meanwhile, Skosis of AGO here. Just getting as many mats as they can. That's another big thing in these private server matches. You think it's easy to get mats, easier said than done.
Yeah.
It always becomes an issue in late game is material and resource containment.
Yeah, I mean, especially as people start to tunnel, they start to fortify as much as they can. We'll have to see. Yeah, speaking of which, literally what we're seeing, but like you talked about, it's a great point, is the shockwave grenade, man. That thing is going to change the way, and I hope we see a lot of it this time around in these coming weeks, because it's a game changer.
Yeah, well said. Meanwhile, on board with Martin here. I believe this is a replay situation over towards Dusty. Actually, no, I think this is a live fight as Mika and Roby are going to be in a pretty bad spot here. No high ground for them, and they're really in this fishbowl that is Dusty Divot. Couple good, well-placed walls right there from Method Martin. He's going to put some shots over on the Vitality squad who's just trying to retreat. They recognize they're not in the best situation. They want to get out of it.
And again, take a look. The spectator client, man, it's super helpful. You looking up at the top right, you can see all the duo teams very close by. I mean, everyone else, if you watch these little